Hello, everyone. So, welcome. If you could just sit comfortably and either close your eyes or turn your gaze inward. And welcome your experience just as it appears to you. Simply be without doing anything. Notice the breath, the silence, the inner stillness. Which is waiting for your recognition. There's nothing you need to do. The universe is universing, and you are not apart from that. There is no distinction between you and the universe. The totality. You perceive form, but you are not a form. And yet you are undeniable. Not as a body, not as a form, undeniable as awareness. You are aware that you are aware. When you are aware that you are beyond any doubt, presence beingness is your direct experience. Uninterrupted and uninterruptible. Thoughts appear to you like in a dream. Images, and bodily sensations appear to you, floating in the space of awareness. Appearing and dissolving like a flicker. But you don't appear or disappear. You simply are. And this emness, this beingness is not located anywhere. One could say it is nowhere and everywhere. This beingness, this emness knows it is. You can rest as that which you are already. As presence, you are the peace, effortless peace and freedom. As presence, you touch everything, and nothing touches you. As presence, there is no sense of lack. There are no issues. There is the universe universing out of this presence as this presence, without any sense of lack and without any fear. It is only when you imagine yourself to be a person, to be a mortal entity, to be a body-mind existing in time and space. It is only upon adopting this belief, this model about yourself, that you experience the sense of lack and the accompanying worries and concerns and fears. Only as a person which you imagine yourself to be, which you decide yourself to be, which you choose yourself to be, that the mind gets muddied and the peace of being gets corrupted and contracted into a sense of limitation, a sense of physicality, locality. Density. All along, the universe is universing. But upon adopting the model of being a physical mortal entity, you experience yourself as separate from the world, separate from others. You experience things happening to you, coming at you. And out of its intelligence, the body, which is wired for survival and procreation, engages in all sorts of psychological strategies to safeguard and defend this fictitious entity which you have assumed yourself to be. But consciousness, awareness, which is the reality of our experience right now in every moment, is unbound, free, creative, joyful, unopposed. Being this unconditional freedom, the body-mind does not tolerate the sense of separation, does not tolerate the sense of lack and the unhappiness that comes with it. And thank goodness for that. Because we are guided back to the source via our intolerance for the sense of lack and fear of ending. It is all the play of consciousness. Your play. There are no victims. There's nothing which is happening to you. It's an impression that something is happening to you once you assume yourself to be a limited self. It goes hand in hand. The freedom from the sense of lack is via understanding. Understanding the play the understanding that I does not refer to something perceived or something felt. That I refers to reality. The reality of consciousness, which right now is and knows it is, perceives and knows it perceives. So whenever you encounter the belief and the feeling that you are somebody, a limited person, a man, a woman, whatever, do not ride that pony. Simply remain as you are. So if you have any questions, please unmute yourself, or you can raise your hand in the reaction section on the bottom of the screen. Hello there.
Yes, hello, Magdi. Can you hear me? Okay.
Yes, I hear you.
Good. Thank you so much for your satsangs. Just in general, really beautiful and valuable. Can you speak about, I heard someone say, at the root of every feeling is a belief.
So how do you define feeling?
An object, a sensation with a me attached.
So a sensation, let's say the sensation in the face, in the chest, or the neck level, sensation. And the me would be sort of, what would that be?
My idea of identity, of my investment in this body-mind.
Okay, so a belief that, I mean, you don't need to invest yourself in the body-mind, because the body-mind is wired to take care of itself, you know. I mean,
Sure.
You know, it's already wired, it's already designed, you know. When you have a toothache, you go to the dentist. When you have stomachache, you know, when you're hungry, you eat. So then we would say like the me, what we refer to as it means the belief that I am somebody, right? Or something. Would that be the good?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. The story, the narrative, the history, all of this mind stuff. Yes.
Well, in order to have a story and a narrative, it's got to be, let's say, in our conversation, the story or the narrative is about somebody or something. So the belief is not the narrative or the story that's down the line. The belief is I am somebody. I meaning consciousness, awareness, the reality which right now hear these words is something and is therefore located somewhere, because things are located somewhere. The car is in the garage, the utensils are, in the drawer, etc. So then the me is the belief that I, the reality which right now hears these words, which is aware, that awareness is something located somewhere, right? That would be the me, right? That would be the me, the belief that the reality which hears these words right now is something contained somewhere. Maybe it's inside the brain, or it's inside the chest, or inside the body, inside the room, inside, I don't know, somewhere, something somewhere, right?
Yes. Me. Yes.
So yes. In the absence of the belief that I is something located somewhere, then in the absence of that belief, I is whatever it is. I is whatever it is. Whatever it is, it is. You can call it awareness, you can call it what, it doesn't matter. It is what it is. And this which is, not only it is, but experientially, we also know that it knows that it is. Would you agree with that?
Oh, absolutely. Yes.
Yes. So coming back to your question about the does a feeling, is it associated with belief? If we define a feeling as we defined it, meaning a sensation and the me, so already the me is the belief. Mm-hmm. So obviously we already, by definition, the answer is yes. Like a feeling, the way we've defined it, is a sensation, a bodily sensation plus a me belief. Yes.
I just found it very, a lot of tension got released when this did sink in, this idea that it's belief, because so many memories from the past where I felt uncomfortable, where I felt intimidated or, uncomfortable in my own skin. And just to see that all of this discomfort was just based on a belief.
Yes, plus there isn't, in fact, experientially a past.
Mm-hmm.
Experientially, we do not have an experiential validation of a past, right? I mean, we never experience a past. So the belief that the reality which perceives right now, whatever that is something located somewhere. We need to say also in time. It's located not only in place, meaning somewhere in the kitchen or inside the brain or what. It not only is located in place, but it's also located in time. Right? Because now we introduced the past. We just introduced the past. So it's located in time, meaning it started, in 1968 or whatever, and it's progressing, it's moving in time. But experientially, we don't have an experience of time. We only experience awareness. We don't experience a minute before or a minute after, right?
Absolutely, yes, always now.
So therefore, before and after are concepts.
Yes.
Our implementation. I'm not dissing them. They're useful, very useful. Yeah, I'm just describing that our experience of time is purely conceptual. We experience the concept of time, which is very useful. And similarly with space, we don't experience space. We have a concept. For example, now I'm in the living room. It's a concept. Experientially, we're always experiencing awareness, presence. So if a feeling is a sensation, a bodily sensation, plus a belief that awareness is something located somewhere in time, not only somewhere in space, but somewhere in time. And given that time and space are concepts, then what's a feeling? What's a feeling? I mean, it may sound preposterous what I'm saying, but
no.
It makes sense also. Preposterous. It makes sense.
I always believed that feelings are important, that they are me, and that they maybe can guide me in my journey through life or something like this. I mean, all those ideas were just in this. But I see that this is not true, that this was just a misguided.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because one could say that the feelings, because they're conceptual, with the brain activity, and the brain activity is affected. The brain activity is affected if you fall on your head, or if you drink a lot of alcohol. Then, if you are being guided by, it doesn't take you where you want to go.
Mm-hmm.
And the good question is, where do you want to go? Where are we going?
Yeah.
Guiding us where? If you have somebody who's blind, you take him by the hand, you guide him to cross the street, It's very clear, very simple. But here, who is it you are guiding?
I'm guiding myself out of this hypnosis of being limited and confined.
But this hypnosis, who's doing is it?
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, this is, it's not a correct saying. It's just an idea. Forget about it. I didn't say anything.
Because you see, experientially, we perceive, we are the perceiving element, let's say, in our experience. So, because we are the perceiving element is always on, it's never off. Thank you. Awareness is never off. So when we are guiding somebody out of the mess, there has to be, well, first we cannot guide ourselves out of the mess because we are not in the mess. We are the viewer, let's say. We're with the perceiving element. We are not in the mess with the perceiving element, right?
Right.
Yes. So because we are the perceiving element, therefore, we cannot be both the perceiving element and also be that which is perceived, right?
Yes.
So therefore, guiding ourselves out of the mess, meaning guiding that which we're perceiving out of the mess, is erroneous from the start, because we are the perceiving element. So because it's erroneous, it's a shoe that does not fit. You cannot try to squeeze your foot in it. It's a shoe that does not fit. You have to discard it, completely discard it. You can't, try it on again, later, maybe it fits, no. You can't be the perceiving element and suddenly you're no longer the perceiving element. You're an object perceived by what? Perceived by whom? You're always a perceiving element. And then you ask yourself, what is this mess? What is the creation? Who created this mess? There has to be either you or somebody else created the mess. If somebody else created the mess, then the question is, who is it? Where is there somebody else? There's only somebody else in your imagination. God, or the devil, I don't know, other people. It's in your mind, in your imagination. So therefore, there's something in your imagination which is creating the mess. Then you can ask yourself, well, is my imagination something else than me? Am I apart from my imagination? No, it's my imagination. So therefore, I am imagining this mess. Why would I imagine the mess? At some level, I must enjoy it.
Yeah.
Because we like to play. We like play. When you look at us as children, how we like to play. We like to play. As soon as we can start babbling, we start to make sounds, blah, 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 and then we start moving our hands and we start playing with toys. We want to reach for this, reach for that. That's what we are, that's all our doing. But not our doing as a body mind, our doing as I. My doing as I being what? There's only one I. It isn't an I, Magdi, I, holder. It's one I. Magdi is the name of the body, holder is the name of another body, etc. But it's only one I. So that it is, my goodness, okay, well, there is a mess, but in fact, there isn't a mess because it's all my imagination. There's nobody else who's creating the mess. If there is a mess, it's my own, and then it's my own play. I'm playing with myself, a messy game. That's what we do. And then at some point, we don't like the messy game anymore. We say, okay, now we're going to play a different game to get out of the mess. Okay, so fine. We don't need to get out of the mess. We don't need to take 4 or 5 years to get out of the mess. We get out of the mess in a moment of understanding. The understanding is that I refers to awareness, consciousness, and not to something perceived, not to something that's appearing. That I refers to the non-appearing reality, which is and knows it is aware and is. And the second facet of this understanding is that this awareness is not personal or limited. It's not contained. It's not local. That it is universal, and that it is real. It's absolutely real. There is nothing more real than consciousness. Everything is secondary to consciousness, awareness, and that there is one reality. This is the understanding. We play with this understanding. We get it, and then we say, oh no, I'm going to play a little bit more, a little longer, the game of how do I get there? How do I keep it? How do I hold on to it? Okay, so then we have to go again. Okay, who's holding on to what? Is there something outside of yourself to hold on to? Is there something that you can keep? Or if only as a separate entity you can hold on to this, you can keep it, you can put it in safe. But as consciousness, as awareness, there are no options. There is a concept of options, and there is a label, Namarupa, the names and the forms. We say, okay, this is a table, this is a house, this is a car. This is in the conceptual realm, which is fine, it's not a problem. But the concept doesn't mean there is an option. Experientially, it's awareness. Our experience is that awareness. Awareness is aware that it's aware that it's perceiving. It is. Awareness is indisputable, undisputable, irrevocable, undoubtful. It's its own proof, moment by moment, by moment by moment. It's proving itself to itself all the time, and speaking to itself. And it's playing game. Oh, did I get it? Did I get it? Who's speaking? It is speaking. It's hearing. It's speaking. It's hearing. It's listening. It's speaking. It's wondering. It's asking and it's answering. It's asking. It's answering. Isn't that fascinating?
Thank you, Magdi, for this invigorating wake-up call, and thank you. Thank you very much.
Hello, Ling. I see you have your hand up. Yes.
Yes. Can you hear me, Magdi?
Yes, I do hear you.
So am I the perceiving element and also the misperceiver?
You are either there is a reality or not. If there isn't a reality, then this conversation is not real and there is nothing happening and nothing is real. End of story. If there is a reality, then this experience right now, this moment right now, has that element of reality, is real, not necessarily as it's appearing, but there is a reality in this moment. If you ask yourself, what is it that is really in my experience this moment? In your experience, you take a look at your experience. Your experience is made out of perception, right? You're perceiving, you're hearing, you're sensing your feet on the ground, your heartbeat. But all of that could be an illusion, could be a dream. It's possible that you could be dreaming this perception right now. It is possible that you're right now somewhere on a distant planet dreaming this. But although this perception may be a dream perception, there is a reality to it. Even if I tell you a lie, 2 + 2 = 5, it's a lie, there is a reality to this lie. There is something rather than nothing. So if you come to the conclusion that, yes, there is reality, and this reality, whatever it is, must be here right now, then you can ask yourself, what is it? When you ask yourself, what is it? You will find that this reality is the reality which perceives, is that which perceives. That which is and knows it is. What is it in your experience that is and knows it is and never is not? It has to be never is not. Because if it is, and then later it's not, makes no sense. Reality is, but never is not. Well, your body is not it, because your body is, but in 300 years it will not be. And your body 100 years ago was not this particular body. Your thoughts are not it, because your thoughts keep changing. The world around you is not it, because the world keeps changing. The only thing that is a candidate for that which is and always is and never is not is awareness, consciousness. So your question was about, what is it that is real in my experience now? Am I real? And you're pointing to, if you're pointing to your body is an experience that you are having, like your car, for example, is an experience you're having. You have, when you drive the car, you know, you enjoy the car. When the body is hungry, you enjoy feeding the body. When the body is tired, you enjoy giving rest to the body. It's an experience you are having, but it's not that which you are. So the body is an experience you are having, the mind is an experience you're having, thoughts and so on. But it's not what you are. It's not what reality is, but it's not the changeless aspect. The changeless aspect in your experience is invisible. It's not that which is visible. Because that is which is visible is secondary to the perceiving element. The perceiving element is not visible. Phenomenally, it's not perceivable via the senses. But you cannot deny the perceiving element. You cannot deny awareness, because you need awareness to deny awareness. So awareness is undeniable. As a result of that, the perceiving element is undeniable, and it is that which is real, which is not subject to a primary the primary element. It is the primary element. So when you refer to I, when you say I, in fact, you are referring to reality. Otherwise, why bother?
And the misperception is just a thought, not a perceive. I'm perceiving whatever, whether it's misattribution. No.
What do you mean by misperception? Like how do you define or give me an example of misperception?
You know, I think I meant misidentification instead of misperception when I look at it.
Yeah, like if I look at up in the sky and I see a bird, but I think it's a plane, maybe that's a misperception, right? Because in fact, it's a bird, it's not a plane. Consciousness, awareness is what it is. It is what it is. The mind cannot know that within which it arises. Thought cannot know that which knows it. So reality is that which knows, is the knowingness. Nothing can know the knowingness. Thought cannot know the knowingness. A feeling or sensation cannot know that which knows. So that means that there is no path to his reality from the mind. In other words, there is no path to the absolute from the limited. This does not mean that because there is no path from the mind to reality, that reality is diminished. No, it is what it is. There is nothing that diminishes reality. So that we struggle trying to comprehend via the mind reality. We want to have a model, a mind model of this experience. Now, this experience is only significant via its reality, not via how it appears. Like in your night dream, you dream all sorts of appearances, all sorts of night dream images and whatever. But they're insignificant. The only thing that's significant is you, the dreamer of all these dreams. So then we remain with the question, well, then what is our access to reality if we do not have access to reality via the mind? Well, the access to reality is via reality itself. Reality has access to itself because it is itself, and it is what we refer to as I awareness, I presence. this I presence, which is formless, is veiled by our belief that we're a body, that I'm a man, I'm a woman, I'm a person. We have to sort of break through this mirage of being a physical form. Because we're not a physical form, we perceive form, we perceive perception, sensation. This does not mean that that which perceives a sensation is a sensation, or that which perceives a form is a form. That's a big jump to make. On what basis do we conclude because I perceive form, therefore I must be a form? Because I perceive body, that means I'm a body. That's a jump. It's not a logical jump. There's no basis for this conclusion. So therefore, you don't need to adopt a model that I am this or that. Okay. But you cannot deny I am. You cannot deny being. Because being is its own proof. Being is, it's absolute. Non-being is not. There is no such thing as non-being. It means it makes no sense. Non-being, what does that mean? Non-being. Makes no sense. Being is, period. You cannot deny being because being is its own validity, its own standing.
Got it. Thank you.
So then we know we are. I know I am. End of story. We don't need to then go, well, what am I? Because if you go, what am I? You are going to say, I am this or that, or I am not this and not that. Either way, you are going to start to define the undefinable in one way or the other via the mind. Don't forget that the mind operates in form. It operates in thoughts, perceptions, sensations, which are forms. It operates in concepts and in segments, in pieces of block, like a puzzle pieces. The mind works with puzzle pieces. Consciousness is not made out of pieces. Awareness is not made out of pieces. So then you arrive at the edge of the mind, because you realize that in the mind, all you have is puzzle pieces. So then you say, okay, I cannot use puzzle pieces. Then the mind will say, well, what else can I use? No, there is nothing. It's all what the mind is a bunch of puzzle pieces. Pieces of puzzle. It's the end of the story for the mind. The mind comes at its edge, which leads you to not knowing, being not known. I am, I don't know what I am. Much like to really, really take it on, but think about it. I am, but I don't know what I am. And to live with that, as that, you will find it very challenging, because the mind will keep nagging you. Well, I am this, I am that, and he did this, she did that. To whom? To me. Me meaning I am this, I am that. As soon as you say me, you're referring to some sort of I am this. Me meaning I am this. I am a mother, daughter, whatever. I'm somebody, I'm whatever, something. So, but reality isn't in me. It's everything. There's nothing excluded. It's not like It's made out of a bunch. It's not like a herd of camels. No. It's the entirety. And the entirety, the one and zero and infinity are one, are all the same. 1, 0, and infinity are the same. So be not knowing. Be not knowing does not mean a blank state. Being not knowing means it's awareness, presence, beingness, awareness, but not defined as anybody or anything. Life is much smoother and easier this way. It works much better. Everything is already in place in the universe. Everything is already in place in your body, in your mind, in the universe, in the depth of the universe. It's all, everything is in place just like it.
I've been experiencing that, Magdi. I don't have to question that anymore. Thank you so much. Wow.
Any questions? Lovely to see you again. Wanda, Nathan, Adam, Shannon, John, hi John, David, Trish, Frank, Eric. Wow, what a background here. That's amazing. Holy. And Dee, Shiva, Salu Shiva, hey Richard, and my sweet Tara. Thank you all.
Thank you, Magdi.
Thank you.